Welcome back to the show from Otra. Our table here comes up a little later on in the show, but right now I promised you an acclaimed chef from an award-winning restaurant.
He's acclaimed executive chef Jules Ramos of the award-winning Chapel Grille, who today is center stage in one of the Thermador designer kitchens of S&W Appliance in East Providence to prepare something special from his new spring menu.
I'm gonna make my version of the Portuguese and clams dish. It's one of my mom's favorite. Probably make it to our spring menu, so I figured it'd be a good time to sort of introduce it.
It's a beautiful time to do that. The Chapel Grille is one of Rhode Island's best. They serve dinner Tuesday through Sunday, signature special events.
Pork tenderloin, which is the filet mignon of pork. The most important part is to just remove the silver skin. Get in there with a sharp knife. Now, I like to leave some of the extra fat on there only because it's so lean and it adds flavor. One of the secrets to this dish is the marinade for the pork.
Okay.
Now, I like to marinate it for at least 24 hours. 48 hours is best. A little shallot, a little bit of garlic, a couple of bay leaves, always important, smoked paprika, some ground cumin, some white wine. You're gonna put a good amount of white wine because basically you're gonna use also the marinade liquid to finish the dish because that adds flavor. Give it a really, really good toss. So this is what the pork should look like after 48 hours or so.
Beautiful marinade.
Do a little seasoning on the pork. Flip it over. All right. While we're searing this, we're gonna start making our base with the little necks. A little bit of olive oil. We're gonna put a little shallot in here. A little garlic. Gonna season that a little bit.
This is the Thermador induction cooktop. It heats up very quickly. This has 3 zones. Thermador wrote the book on induction cooking. They're a wonderful company. And speaking of wonderful companies, the extra family at S&W.
This is as efficient as it gets in terms of cooking. Some tomatoes.
Someone like you, your compliment means a lot.
It's called masa de pimentão. It's sort of like a hot pepper relish flavor in there. Just a little bit in there. We're gonna add a couple of bay leaves in there. We're gonna add our little neck clams, about 6 per person, 6 or 7, let's do 7. We'll put some white wine in there. And we're also gonna add the marinade from the pork tenderloin for flavor.
Okay.
Let's flip this around, get a nice hard sear on it. We're gonna put a lid on this and let the little necks pop. All right, our clams are open. These are just some fingerling potatoes that I fried. Season them with a little salt and pepper. We'll add those in there, just so it picks up the flavor from the broth. With the potatoes on the bottom. Put the broth right on top. Just slice the pork. Like I said, I like my pork slightly pink in the middle, nice and medium rare.
Beautiful.
Some black olives. A little bit of jardinera or Portuguese pickled veggies, always. Our carrots, some roasted peppers. Put a little bit of the celery here, a little bit of this pickled cauliflower. And then just some sprigs of cilantro and parsley, a little drizzle of olive oil. And that is our dish.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a masterpiece. Jules Ramos at the award-winning Chapel Grille for dinner and for all of your special events. And you'll find all of the information there on the website. Chef, you outdo yourself every time.
Thank you, my pleasure.
I want to say thank you, and I always want to thank my friends here, the extra family at S&W Appliance, Pawtucket Avenue in East Providence, in the midst of a store-wide expansion. Chef, we'll see you again soon.
Good to see you. Thank you so much for having me, Joe. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Right now, it's time for today's Best Bites, sponsored by the Flood Auto Group. Hey, Mike.